Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to Southern Latitudes. I'm Robin, and today is February 15th. Happy Valentine's Day to you guys. I had a good quiet one. Jack came in from a work trip and surprised me a little early, so that was great. And I also, in the morning before he got home, I got to do a little horseback riding in the morning. That was very fun with my friend Tracy. She's got some Pasofino horses, and so she invites me occasionally to go ride her horses with her. So today is usually the deadline I say for myself. I mean, if you're not there, don't worry about it. But just be knowing you need to do this as soon as possible. Especially if you're in Central Florida or South. If you're in North Florida and above the Florida line, you probably have a little time to spare because you could get another Arctic cold blast or something. But for me, that time has passed, and so I have pulled out some claw, some little mini hoe, and then just like a little mini rake. And I got some bigger tools if I need it. And I have got to get these 2 rows cleared out because it is tomato planting time. My baby tomatoes are about 5 inches or so. Some of them are smaller, but the majority of them are big enough to be transplanted. My seedlings were started right as that cold snap was happening, and I had to bring them in. So I feel like they're a little bit behind, but mostly caught up with where they should be for transplanting this year for me. I saw in my Facebook memories, I think it was, or Instagram, that I planted 2 years ago 188 tomato seedlings on the 11th of February. So it's about the right time. And the only thing holding me back are these 2 rows, especially from the paste tomatoes. Now I did get the Florida 91s, I got the red snappers, I got some of the Hausenators. Those all got in a few days ago. And then, yeah, I'm just pushing. The peppers can wait a little bit, but the tomatoes really, if I'm gonna get my harvest in and get some good flowering and fruit production, my perfect window for it is coming up, and so they got to get in the ground and get big enough to where they're starting to make the flowers at the perfect time for my evening temps. Anything under 70, 71 degrees is perfect for flowering and keeping those blooms on, and then they get pollinated. Once we start going over 70, which usually happens usually mid to late May for Brevard County anyhow, we start getting high temps, and then we're kind of done with the fruiting, and the blooms fall off and things of that nature. I do have a good video on tomatoes and the issues that can happen with them when I plant them, and ways to amend the soil and stuff. All that I'll put at the very end. But anyhow, what's preventing me right now from having successful crop are these 2 rows that need weeding. So I won't bring you through all of it, but I will show you the weeds up close, and then we'll be all done with it and be ready to plant. All right. So it just rained this morning. Of course, the day I need to lay on the ground, it rained. But I do have this dark landscape fabric, so I will try to I have a little rake somewhere around here. I will try to rake that dry and free of the pine needles so I can lay in here. And then I think I'm going to start on this outer row first. And I forget what this is. I used to know the name of it, but this is pretty prevalent in this garden. So I need to clean all that up. And then one thing I need to save is, this is salvia. This is Blue Victory salvia. And it was fun for the winter, but it's kind of in the wrong place going forward. I have another Blue Victory salvia over there in Smoothie Garden. Sorry. And I could put it next to it. And that would be a beautiful place to have a bluish purple bloom. This is really gorgeous, really. And it's a huge attractor, especially to bumblebees. So anyhow, let's get at this. You guys, it's been a little bit later, been in and out of the house, and I had to do a clothing change because that sun popped out and it got really hot. And glad I had my hat on. Y'all, I wear this hat a lot because I have trouble up here on my forehead, and I've already dealt with cancer creams before, and I do everything I can to protect this from getting sunburn, especially in the early spring, because it feels good to be out here all day, but that sun is still burning. So anyhow, I think we are done with the majority of it. Isn't that really nice? I just took my time. I listened to a lot of YouTube stuff and so forth. So this is what's left right here. I did find a couple of sweet potatoes too on this side. It's not a perfect clean out all the way because every time I come close to these snow peas, I end up pulling snow peas out accidentally. So we're just gonna, did the best I could right there and let it go at that. This again is my blue Victory Salvia, and as you can see, if you follow it down, this is last year's growth, and this is this year's new growth right here. So I'm actually gonna cut this back. Right there. Uh-oh, did I get two? Uh-oh, I got another piece. That was bad of me. Oh, that was the pretty one too that had all the blooms on it. Uh-oh. So, hold on. We're held captive here. Here we go. So this will just come on out. And then this will just, I think I've tried, oh. I was looking, maybe I had roots, maybe not. I don't think it'll work. I'm gonna get my big shovel that's over there and pull this out right now. Fruit ball as possible. Look, there is a sweet potato in here. Oh, there we go. There's a sweet potato. Hold on. Okay, and I'm gonna go take this over to Smoothie Garden. Oh shoot, hold on. I had some of this black ground fabric, had some of this extra line just blowing in the wind. Oh my goodness, there's another sweet potato. Okay. All right, good. Oh yeah, I broke it. I'm gonna try to root these up. Okay, let's get going. I got little bits of Biden's elbow in here, needs to get out. Not today, gotta keep going. All right, you guys, so it's hours later. The sun has kind of gone that way, west, and it's much shadier here right now. And so I have trenched. I put in a little light dusting of 666. You could use 10-10-10. You could just use mushroom compost. You could use aged horse manure, chicken manure, rabbit manure, fresh. You can do any of those things. The soil actually looks really good here. I'm thinking when we put in the aged horse manure and the chicken manure, also aged, in here, this area, in the fall it was, that this ended up, this is so light and fluffy, it's fantastic. I'm not even sure I needed to put any of the synthetic fertilizer down. I just did it. And then, and I'll probably add a little bit more back into my trench like this, so it, you know, or just put my finger down through there so it buries itself. And then here, I decided to start doing this. I just put all 3 of my bags of blood meal, bone meal, and earthworm castings together. And I think I got a measuring spoon inside my shed somewhere. So I'll just give like a little bit per tomato plant before I get in here. Let me tell you exactly what the goals are at the moment, unless I get a lot more energy. But so 2 rows of Salvatierra Selects, 2 rows of Federal, and those are my paste tomatoes right here on this side. If we have plenty more room, we'll just keep going boom, boom, boom as we go, because these are my big beef hybrids. Then I have my Immokalee, which is safe seed. All of those produce fantastic tomatoes, large tomatoes, and paste tomatoes. So that's not as many tomatoes as I would have liked to have going into my mid-February planting. That's hard for me to say, but they're here. We plant what we got. I'm gonna probably make more starts, and perhaps as I get done with more broccoli and cabbages, and I think we're all done with cauliflower and the peas, you know, I'll probably just add another set of tomatoes, like a cattle panel's worth of tomatoes. But at this point, we got to get what we got in the ground, because they'll just grow, and then I don't have the dates, it's on my computer inside the house, but you know, we should be starting having beautiful blooms, then beautiful fruit, and we should be picking, I'm hoping, by mid-April. Don't quote me on that. If I correct myself, it'll be down here. And then done with the whole season by the 3rd week of May-ish. You know, depending on the rain and the humidity and stuff. But that's my goal every year. I treat determinate and indeterminate tomatoes as if they're all determinate, because the blight will catch them as the humidity and rains. If we go into our raining season, I mean, just nothing tomato, unless you got a cherry tomato or a small salad slicer. But none of these big tomatoes will make it through that. So that's why we do what I do on my schedule. You don't have to follow it if you don't want, but this is what I found works really great for my area and for my backyard. So okay, let's cue the band. I wanted to show you guys up close real quick. Look at the root system on these guys. Yeah, they're coming right through. Can you see that? Woo! These guys are beyond ready. See how thick that tray is? And they're at least double the tray, going on triple of the tray. So they are ready to be in this ground. You see, I just kind of laid them there. Got a little cup. Gonna dust them and dust the next area, and then I just pick them up. It's hard to get them with another one laying over them, and then drop them in. I'm gonna not work too hard on this. We're gonna let water, gravity, everything work in our favor. There's duplicates, not gonna worry about that either. Drop them in, that's it. Same with this one. And then we're just gonna do it, I don't know how many more times in a row. And they'll straighten themselves up. And I'm gonna water them tonight too. And there you go. This dirt is very, very soft and beautiful. Still got a little weeds over here. I guess I didn't go as thorough as I should have on this left side. But anyhow, there we go. We're ready to go. Let's start time lapse. All right, you guys, I wanted to show you them, and I wanted to mention a couple things in my closeout. First of all, you can bury tomatoes pretty deep. I did not go super deep, but on some of them, I did find like a tree, somewhere in here, there was a tree stump, and I had to go, oh, maybe here it was. There was like a tree root here, and I had to scoot over, so that's fine. And then, I also don't want you to be afraid if the cold comes. Like the cold's coming tomorrow. I get more rain and a cold snap. But I'm not going anywhere near freezing, so I'm not worried about it. The length of day is increasing, so that's going to provide a lot of growth for my plants. That'll warm it up through the day, just be cool a little bit at night. And let me tell you what I planted exactly, okay? Because I think, did I even start us with that? I know, I'm pretty certain I told you about the Salvatierra Select. So these and the Federal tomatoes came from Select Seed. Now these, I saw some complaints in 2020. People were saying that their Salvatierra Selects were round and not paste like aroma. I have to tell you that I actually went back in my photos and I found that to be true in my case too, because they were buried about 3 or 4 cattle panels in over here, and I couldn't tell the difference between them and some of my other tomatoes, so I just assumed that they died. But after reading the reviews and everybody doing that, and they were thinking it was cross-pollination or something like that, so I was like, oh, well, that's possible. But these are all brand new seeds, and so I'm pretty happy about that. And I didn't have too many Federals, but we have more Federal seeds planted because we're going to have another go-round, like a second go-round, especially once these peas are done. They'll be ready to be, sorry, there's a lot of sun right behind me. Once these snow peas are done, that'll be where they probably go. So then over here on cattle panel number 2, we have the Big Beef Hybrid. We have several of those. We have the Dixie Red. Those are really good, especially in heat. I've done a video on them before. Really excellent. The Grand Marshalls also don't mind the heat. They're not quite big like an heirloom, but they're a little bit bigger than like a Campari. So they're just the overall really nice round tomato. And then at the very end, I found some more BTM's Big Tasty Maters. So I thought I only had 2, but come to find out I had multiples in a pack. I separated those, but these I didn't do that too. I guess I must be slacking in the past 2 years, because I was able to do 218 last time, which is, you know, I probably had a lot more starts. And this time I counted, there was only 49, because I thought I did at least 100. There's only 49 out there, but we have more in the tray right here. So I have one little tiny Dixie Red, and then I have my Immokalee right here, which I love. And did we sow some more? No, we didn't sow more Immokalee. Okay, just the paste. Boy, I feel bad. This is a variety that we've been keeping in our family for years, and we just keep saving the seed, and it came out of Immokalee, Florida, where the farmer's market was. And so I hate that I'm only growing like a half dozen or so. Oh well. Okay, and then what was this? This is also BTM. I gotta put a label on this. Big Tasty Tomato, but they didn't look right. So I was kind of uncertain to put them in the ground. I don't know. We'll call them mysteries then. I have some Everglades cherry tomatoes right here. And then these are sort of a cross. So they look like red with yellow striping. And they are sort of like a great prolific little salad slicer. We looked up on Wild Boar Farms has a website. And we found something, because I think they came about the time I bought seed and grew Brad's Atomic Grapes. So either they cross with Brad's Atomic Grapes, or they're just an accidental seed in the wrong packet. So you'll have a picture of that to see what they are. But that's all that's left here for right now. And there's the second sowing of the, I've got hopefully nine each of the paste tomatoes. And then over here, I'm not worried about peppers, excuse me. I usually pot them. And then, oh, I wanted to show you. These are the mini-me's cucumbers, the Market Moors. They're starting to come up. Tomorrow will be the real day. Southwind, I see one. And the Max Pack pickling cucumber, here they go. So the seed was not bad at all. I'm certain that was just a squirrel issue, or something came in and ate all my seed down below or from above. I don't know. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and got something out of it. I hope you're inspired to get your tomatoes in the ground. We have more tomatoes coming, not just the ones in the tray, but I received some really cool Roma tomato and patio tomato seeds from a friend yesterday when I went horseback riding. And those patio tomatoes were so flavorful, but she didn't have a name on them. So we're just gonna squirt some in the dirt in a future video and get those going. And that'll be kind of fun to put somewhere close to the house, maybe around the pool, and then give away some as well. But you guys, I hope you enjoy this. I am pretty pleased that we probably met about 85–90% of my goal today. We'll get there. I have most of the tomatoes in the ground, and I'm so happy with that. It's a process, right? It's just me working in the garden. I don't have hired help or even really much of any family members helping out here. And I've got a ton of pain in my body, but you know, every day out here is physical therapy for me. Plus I'm growing homegrown food. It's healthy for me. It's super high density nutrition, and it helps me get through my autoimmune issues. So you guys, take care. God bless. Give me a comment down below. Be sure to put your thumb up, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.